All right, hey y'all. Hopefully yesterday at home, hopefully you did the review that you were supposed to do, which was numbers 1 through 4 on page 1 of your packet from this week. So hopefully you got that done. I'm going to go over them really quick with you. So it says solve this inequality. So do I have any parentheses to distribute? I don't, so I can't do that. Do I have any like terms on the left or on the right? Looks to me like I have like terms on the left. So I'm going to leave that 24. Negative 6 minus 5 is minus 11y. Step 3 is, do I have variables on both sides? I don't. So I can jump right to step 4, solve. So I cannot touch negative 11y until I get rid of plus 24. How do I get rid of plus 24? I minus it. So whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Keep it balanced. 24 minus 24 cancels to 0. I'm left with negative 11y on the left. And negative 9 minus 24 is negative 33. Now, if I want to go ahead and get y by itself, I need to divide both sides by negative 11. Uh-oh. I divided both sides of an inequality by a negative number. So my inequality sign gets flipped around. Negative 33 divided by negative 11 is positive 3. So y is greater than or equal to positive 3. So let's go put it on a number line. What kind of circle goes above 3? Hopefully you said filled in. What values are greater than or equal to 3? Would I go to the left or to the right? I would go to the left. Interval notation. It looks to me like it starts at 3. And 3 is included because it's filled in, so I do a bracket. And it goes all the way over here, which is the farthest right I can go. That is positive infinity. And positive infinity is never included, so it is we use a parenthesis. Now, knowing this, I want to know, is 3 included in your solution? Remember, it says y is greater than or equal to 3. So is 3 included? Yes, 3 is included. This filled in circle tells me 3 is part of my answer. That is how I know, because 3 is greater than or equal to 3. So that is how you would explain your answer. All right, number 2. Solve this inequality. It looks like I have some parentheses to get rid of, so distribute. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times negative 5 would be negative 30, so minus 30. On this side, it looks like I want to distribute negative 5, so let's be careful. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Negative 5 times negative 2x is positive 10x. Do you have like terms on the left? You do not. Do you have like terms on the right? You do not. So you can't do step 2. Step 3 is to get your variables to one side if you have them. And I do have variables on both sides. So I usually bring smaller to larger. This one's smaller, so do the opposite of positive 6, so minus 6. So what am I left with? This cancels to 0, and I'm left with negative 30 on the left. Negative 30 is greater than negative 35 plus 4x. Now I'm ready to solve for my variable. I cannot touch 4x until I get rid of negative 35, so add 35. So I get 5 is greater than, that cancels to 0, then 4x. Now let's finish solving for x by dividing both sides by 4. So 5 divided by 4, I think that's 1.25 is greater than x. Is that the appropriate way to write your inequality? How should you write it? You put your x first, your 1.25 at the end. The mouth of the inequality is open towards the 1.25, so it needs to stay open towards the 1.25 when I rewrite it. So the top one says 1.25 is greater than x. The bottom says x is less than 1.25. Those mean the same thing. But writing it correctly with your variable first like this helps you answer some of these questions on the side. So we got x is less than 1.25. I'm going to go ahead and do my number line. All right, so 1.25, I'm going to say it's about here. And I need an open circle because it's just less than. X is less than 1.25. What values are less than 1.25? The ones to the left or to the right? And it would be to the left. Interval notation. If it looks like it's starting over here somewhere, where does it go? What's the very end over here on the left? That's negative infinity, which is not included, so your parenthesis. And it goes all the way to 1.25. Whoops, that should be an open circle. I accidentally filled that in. I did not mean to. So it goes to 1.25, and I use a parenthesis because 1.25 is not included. Is 2 in the solution set? Well, 2 is right over here. Is 2 part of this inequality? No. Is 1.25 in the solution set? 1.25 is right here, and it's on the circle that's open. Is an open circle included in a solution set? No, it is not. All right, number 3. So some of these can be pretty tricky. You got to make sure you're being careful in answering these questions on your inequalities. So I want to go ahead and solve here. Doesn't look like I have any parentheses. Be careful here. It says solve, and then it says circle all numbers that are in the solution set for the inequality. All right, so I don't see parentheses, can't do that. I don't see like terms on the left or on the right, can't do that. I don't see variables on both sides. So I literally am just ready to solve. I cannot touch negative 5x until I get rid of positive 4. To get rid of positive 4, I do the opposite, so I'm minus 4 from both sides. 4 minus 4 is 0, and I'm left with negative 5x is less than 5. To finish getting x by itself, I divide both sides by negative 5. Uh-oh, I divided both sides by a negative number. What happens to the inequality sign? It flips. 5 divided by negative 5 is negative 1. So your answer is x is greater than negative 1. What does that mean? What is part of the solution set? So x is any value greater than negative 1. So could x be negative 4? No, that's not greater than negative 1. Could x be negative 2? No, that's not greater than negative 1. Could x be negative 1.87? No, that's not greater than 1. Could x be negative 1? No, that's not greater than negative 1. Could x be 2.5? Yes, 2.5 is greater than negative 1. Could x be 1? Yes, 1 is greater than negative 1. Could x be 55? Yes, 55 is greater than negative 1. Could x be 195? Yes, 195 is greater than negative 1. So these four are part of your solution set. Be very careful in answering the actual question. We don't want that to stump you on your test. All right, last but not least, which value of x makes the inequality true? What's happening here? There we go. All right, so I'm given negative 6.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can.
I have no clue what that was. Anyway, which value of x makes the inequality true? In order to solve for x, I need to divide both sides by negative 6. When I divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, my inequality sign flips around. Negative 42 divided by negative 6 is 7. So it tells me that x is greater than 7. Be very careful here. It says you need to make sure you're answering the question, not just solving the inequality. So I solved the inequality, and it says which value of x makes the inequality true. Well, any value of x that is greater than 7. So is 7 included? No, I can't tell you how many people put that as your answer. Any value that's greater than 7. Is negative 8 greater than 7? No. Is negative 7 greater than 7? No. Is 8 greater than 7? Yes. This makes your inequality true. Hopefully y'all did really well on that. Make sure you are doing the review questions today. They are on a Google slide, I believe, that I sent you, and I'm going to upload a video at the end of the day going over all the questions so you can check your work compared to my work. If you have any questions, email me or send me a remind message, but I'm sure you'll all do great for your test on Friday.